and goddesses. Currently, there's a massive sunspot that's facing our planet, cosmic family, active region 56 and active region 58. We've been getting bombarded with lots of plasma ionized particles, corona mass ejections, and it's causing electromagnetic disturbances all over the planet. Fourth, we experienced 3 corona mass ejections. A lot of you are probably feeling intense energy and ascension symptoms. We had an M7.8, an M9.3, as well as an X1.0. The following day, on June 5th, we had a G3 level storm with a KP7 index. All right, KP basically means the planetary index, and it's referred to as the measurement of the aurora oval. Basically, it measures the energy of the aurora borealis, which is that green cosmic Ethereum energy. KP index basically measures the aurora oval. It basically measures that green cosmic Ethereum energy in which our melanocytes are going to absorb to activate our 12-strand genetic template to pretty much trigger the crystalline body. Now, whenever there's a KP 0 through 2, it's quiet. The aurora is basically dim and usually only visible near the Arctic Circle. When it's a KP 3 through 4, it's active, a good visible display. The lights dance further out and can be seen easily in places like Fairbanks. All right. When it's a KP 5 through 6, it's minor to moderate at that point, cosmic family. The aurora expands to mid latitudes. At this level, they might be visible to the naked eye in parts of the northern U.S. All right. Now, whenever you have a KP 7 through 9, which we just recently had, it's considered strong to extreme. And this is why they blanket the sky with chemtrails. They don't want our melanocytes absorbing that cosmic energy. And at this point, it's major, cosmic family, major events. The aurora oval expands dramatically, all right, making it possible to see. And again, when you can see it, quantum physics tells you at that point you're touching it. To see it is to touch it in quantum physics. This is one of the reasons why the sky has been blanketed heavy with aluminum, lead, cadmium, and mercury. Important to know that melanin absorbs all forms of light. All right, lunar light, solar light, microwaves, radio waves. Melanin is a biological black hole that absorbs all forms of light, which means it's going to absorb that green cosmic Ethereum energy, and it's going to interface with our genetic template to override the horizontal gene transfer that has been done to pretty much desecrate our ascension. All right, we're going to be rewritten, and when that takes place, it's going to be a situation where these deletes that have been running and manipulating this realm are going to be in deep fear and panic. All right, they fear our ascension. They fear cosmic light code activation. This is why they have been blocking the sun, and they have been utilizing numerous deceptive machinations to ensure that we stay in the root chakra. Every living entity in existence contains melanin. So when we talk about melanin health, this doesn't pertain to one race, all right? Everything on this planet has melanin. There's 5 different types of melanin. You have eumelanin, you have pheomelanin, you have pyomelanin, you have allomelanin, and you have neuromelanin. Now, the melanin has been contaminated by a lot of pollutants, all right? And these pollutants, unfortunately, put us in a state of dis-ease. This is why certain individuals, unfortunately, won't have the ability of making it once the solar flares start to ramp up. And this is why I heavily promote detoxification and cleansing of the melanin. Melanin at its optimal state has the ability of resisting up to 1,226 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's also impervious to X-ray diffraction. All right, so melanin will survive the intense solar flares if it's healthy. This is why I recommend detoxing the body with things like chlorophyll. Chlorophyll contains an organic fat substance called mycelium that wraps around toxic metals to properly remove them from your body, all right, to remove them from your avatar. I also recommend doing a heavy parasite cleanse. Most of our cravings aren't our own. Parasites have the ability of traveling from your colon to your heart to your brain and implementing toxoplasmosis. A lot of individuals on this plane of existence actually are NPCs due to the fact that they have brain-eating parasites. All things that they're doing to make sure that our avatars are too frail to handle the cosmic light cold ionization. They pretty much want us in a state of dis-ease. They want our melanin toxic. They want toxic pollutants and contaminant constituents to ensure that our melanin is not in a healthy state to be able to pretty much co-polymerize with light photon ionization. Be consuming large amounts of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the substance responsible for giving plants its green pigment, and it's great for removing toxic metals as well as microplastics and deceptive micronutrients. I made you aware that before the cosmic invasion, our hemoglobin was basically chlorophyll. The only difference is a magnesium molecule versus an iron molecule. When the Draco reptilians and the Greys and different nefarious extraterrestrials as well as the custodians hijacked our realm, they pumped it with oxygen, and that substantially depleted the natural nutrients in our atmosphere. Chlorophyll is a natural detoxification mechanism, an organic deodorizer, and it's great for blood purification. Do have the dual action chlorophyll system available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. Also very important that we're utilizing the proper tools for DNA restoration. All of these things like COVID, the vaccinations, the bacterial strains are to suppress and attack the DNA because it's our access point to the Akashic records. Elixirs like Ormus is an orbitally rearranging monatomic element that's great for pineal gland activation as well as mitochondrial biosynthesis. These are all steps to take to ensure that we're properly prepared for celestial transformation when the time comes. All high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation. Click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
Solar observatories are tracking a massive solar flash that's expected to erupt in the next few months. When it washes over Earth, the ultraviolet radiation will spike. To cope with that energy, your body needs to be clear of toxic metals, aluminum, lead. Once chlorophyll locks onto those metals or bits of plastic, your liver wraps the pair in bile. From there, it moves through the gut and you just poof, send it out. The key is to keep things moving. Good fiber, plenty of water, and a cup of greens every day.
Professor, where's the best place to get good quality chlorophyll?
Great question. I like a local brand called Holistic Remedies for Ascension. It's clean, third-party tested, and the drops blend right into your smoothie.
Thanks.
You bet.
Get your chlorophyll today on Remedies.
Gashe and peace to the gods and goddesses. Currently, there's a massive sunspot that's facing our planet, Cosmic Family. Active Region 56 and Active Region 58. We've been getting bombarded with lots of plasma ionized particles, corona mass ejections, and it's causing electromagnetic disturbances all over the planet. Fourth, we experienced 3 corona mass ejections. A lot of you are probably feeling intense energy and ascension symptoms. We had an M7.8, an M9.3, as well as an X1.0. The following day, on June 5th, we had a G3 level storm with a KP7 index. All right, KP basically means the planetary index, and it's referred to as the measurement of the aurora oval. Basically, it measures the energy of the aurora borealis, which is that green cosmic Ethereal energy. KP index basically measures the aurora oval. It basically measures that green cosmic Ethereal energy in which our melanocytes are going to absorb to activate our 12-strand genetic template to pretty much trigger the crystalline body. Now, whenever there's a KP 0 through 2, it's quiet. The aurora is basically dim and usually only visible near the Arctic Circle. When it's a KP 3 through 4, it's active, a good visible display. The lights dance further out and can be seen easily in places like Fairbanks. All right. When it's a KP 5 through 6, it's minor to moderate at that point, Cosmic Family. The aurora expands to mid. We had a G3 level storm with a KP7